Right. Here we go. And here we
Recording.
go. Guy, thank you for joining me again on the internet here and on my channel YouTube. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing pretty good. I had the time mixed up, and so I was actually napping when you when you
Oh,
texted
okay.
me. Well, I
Sorry.
was
Sorry.
just napping, getting ready to talk. That's all, so it's fine.
Dreaming about music, perhaps. So,
Yeah. So, cheers.
yes.
What's new? What's new with you, Guy?
Well, the weather is a bit changing, so
Hmm.
I hope finally some sun. I heard in Italy it's terrible water. Okay, but
Flooding,
for
yes, yes.
me, new. I still work on trying to finish the next album.
Hmm.
Uh, Almost finished.
All right.
So I have a little advance, and I started to work on the fifth album already.
Wow. Wow. Is this Eclectic maybe band?
Yeah. I'm
That's
only
nice.
doing this for the moment.
Hmm.
I
That's
went out a bit also. No, I went to see a few concerts, and okay,
wow.
that's changed.
Anything worth mentioning? Did you see something worth mentioning?
Not especially. I went to see mostly friends playing,
Okay.
nothing to discover. But it was fun to see people because it's a long time I didn't see any people around. I didn't move from home for all the time from the COVID with
Hmm.
my mother and things like that.
Yeah.
But I went to see Andy Kirk, for example, playing.
Oh, nice, nice. Yes.
You should
Yes.
contact him as well. He is English, huh? In fact, he
Uh-huh.
lives in Belgium since he's a teenager, but he's English, yeah, so
Hmm. He
wouldn't
would
be.
be interested in maybe talking about his background.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. I wanted to ask you, you were saying that, is it this band, Doubt? These guys,
Uh,
do you play with them?
yeah. No, I don't play with them, but Michel, the guitarist, is the leader of
Yes.
also the Wrong Object band.
Oh, he's on this one too.
Yeah, and he's on Eclectic Maybe band, and he is also speaking very well English.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. How did you make their acquaintance? How did you end up working with them?
Michelle, this was very funny because I was stopping the record company I had.
Yes.
So I went to see concerts, and I went to see his band uh, because I found out that he made a record with Elton Dean,
Hmm.
and he's a
Okay.
Belgian. So I said, "Oh, this is very strange. I'm not the only one knowing about Soft Machine in
Yeah.
Belgium."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's pretty
I
cool.
mean, to the exception of the people around Univers Zero, but he was
Yeah.
a newcomer for me.
Yeah.
I went to see his concert, and we had a talk, and it was very nice, and we had many things in common.
Hmm.
So we made a band after
Hmm.
together, a
Hmm.
band called Moving Tones,
Okay.
and we played some of his stuff, of some covers, some my stuff, a bit everyone,
Hmm.
and we made the first band uh, with the drummer that I found, a Spanish drummer that lives in Brussels at that moment,
Hmm.
and the saxophonist who played, Dutch saxophonist who played with Hugh Hopper in band
Pretty
also.
cool. Man,
And
that's
then
awesome.
we said, okay, but we can make it better. And so I invited Catherine Smith, the
Hmm.
keyboard player who's in on Eclectic Maybe band,
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
join that band.
Yeah.
And then later on, we changed the drummer, and I called Dirk Wachtelaar, who is also drummer now in the Eclectic Maybe Band.
Yes, yes.
So when I did Eclectic Maybe Band, I thought about them, you know.
Yeah. So is your band Eclectic Maybe Band? Are you planning to do any live concerts?
That would be nice, but we did one and it was not so well because one of the musicians didn't came and we organized everything, so everything it was completely in disorder, and so we didn't know how to handle, and it was very strange,
Mm-hmm.
and also because we are all good musicians, but we will not rehearse to play live, so we improvise, and that could be very strange for audience, you know. So I mean, and also about the money, we are many musicians, so
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
my idea is like with the musicians who live nearby in Belgium, Brussels, etc. We
Mm-hmm.
can play,
Mm-hmm.
and we can play even for free, but how to organize that? If we want to play for money, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Organizers now um, make concerts with DJs. That means paying one person, and that's it.
Wow.
You know,
Wow. Wow.
economy for them.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, the damned economy. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Well, to keep going, I do want to touch base about Universe Zero where I didn't last time, but to continue with your current, what is there a focus for the new Eclectic Maybe band? Is there like a concept, or do you just kind of work as you write?
It's mainly work as I write, but it's at the same time a bit a concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a project where everything is possible. That's the concept.
Okay.
Also to mix very written music with very improvised music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the different views, and the concept might be also the color in a way to make the things between written and improvised like one voyage, you know.
Oh,
That,
wow. I like that idea.
that's that's uh, that's maybe the concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a concept. I try to keep it a bit like that, you know.
Yes, I understand. So, do are you able to rehearse with these people, or do you just send out the ideas and then you record them?
I never rehearse anymore, and
That's
yeah,
fascinating to me, Guy. No rehearsals at all. That's fascinating.
but also because it was something I couldn't do for a long time.
Hmm.
Also because I used to, with Univers with the record company, I always been the person who organized.
Hmm.
And now, as you know, we are not young anymore, and
Yes,
I don't want to organize for so many people anymore.
understood. I understand. I certainly do. I'm just grabbing a record to talk about. I certainly do understand that. Well, I'm sure glad you're still making music. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
every day. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Oh, when's the last time that you played live, did a show, a concert of any sort? When's the last time?
the last time was with Eclectic Maybe Band, the only
Okay.
concert we ever did, and that was before the COVID,
Okay. Okay.
18, in the summer 2018.
Wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah, but okay, I don't really miss to play concerts. Of course, it's nice, but I did some concerts.
Mhm.
There's nothing I don't have to prove myself or whatever, you
Yes,
know.
yeah, that's a nice feeling to be.
I mean, if I do, I will play again. It will be just for the fun,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
improvise with people I like, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I know that my skill level is not the same as yours, but I have a feeling that I could probably improvise with you, though. I think I
Yeah,
could.
yeah. Everybody can improvise with me because I can improvise with everybody.
There
So
you go. There you go. It's a universal language, huh?
yeah, yeah, of course, that's the beauty.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
but uh, in a way, I choose also to work with people I know, and always one part with people I don't know. But
Mhm.
there's sometimes I avoid when it's. I made a improvisation session not long last month or something like that, and
Mhm.
with two guys, and one guy is into free jazz, and it was okay, saxophone player, and another guy guitar, but
Yes.
he's a younger guy, and
Mhm.
is into drones music.
Yes.
So he
Yes.
got 10,000 effects, and trying to explain me, you have to be thinking about the sound, and I mean, I was 16 when I went into psychedelic things.
So you're kind
So,
of done with that, huh?
so I don't lose my time anymore with that.
I hear you. Well, let me ask you this, Guy. It appears that you recently posted on your Bandcamp a recording that you did with Phil Minton.
Yeah,
Whoa, tell me about that. Phil Minton is to me, a legendary vocalist.
yeah, yeah. Trumpetist also, huh?
Oh, see, I mainly know him for his vocals. How did
Yeah,
that come
yeah.
about? You have some interesting collaborations.
Well, that was an invitation I had from the label, a Belgium Brussels label, Sub Rosa.
Oh, that's a good label.
They made that session.
Hmm.
They said, okay, you could join and make like the parasites in the session, like disturbing a bit, because it was with a drummer, the cellist, and Phil on vocals, but
Hmm.
it it went very much into free jazz kind of old way of doing.
Yes,
So
I
I,
haven't
I
listened to it yet. Yeah.
yeah, I would go differently in it. But
Okay.
then there was another bass player invite himself, like
Hmm.
and he played like competition with me. So it
Weird. That's weird.
was so, and when they mixed the record, he was very much pushing his direction, which was completely like the sound of free jazz of the 60s.
Hmm.
But I post the recordings like I could mix it. It's a bit different.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll be sure to listen to that. I just noticed it online. I
Mm.
just think that's wonderful that
But
you,
it was nice to work with him. He's a nice person.
yeah, yeah, that's
We made a
wonderful.
jam session after in a cafe
Hmm.
with him and with the drummer from Eclectic maybe band,
Yes.
Dereck.
Hmm.
And Dirk and I we played,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Minton came in. I
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
surprised, but not so much because I remember I saw him with uh, uh, who was it again? Well, I saw him playing in the same concert than Henry Cow with
Hmm. Was it Mike Westbrook by chance?
Mike
Yeah,
Westbrook. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's
I
some
saw him. Yeah,
awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome stuff. When we last talked, Guy, I didn't get a chance to ask you about this album.
Yes, important album.
This album to me is on the verge of being a masterpiece to me. I think this is
Yeah,
amazing. It's almost like modern classical music.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't even know where to start to ask you about this album. In seeing it, what are some of your first thoughts about making, and how do you pronounce this title?
Ceux du dehors.
Sleu de
Ceux
Duo.
dehors.
Dehors. Okay. And what does that mean?
Those from outside.
Okay.
And that's linked to a philosophy of Greek Pythagoras. He had a school from the inside.
Hmm.
And so those who were not in the school, we were not so well accepted in the music area, etc. And certainly not in Belgium. So we called ourselves those from outside. We were
Okay.
kicked off,
No doubt. The picture, is that like volcanic?
No. It's the color. It's a normal picture, but colored.
Okay.
But the stone is a
It's stone. Okay. Okay.
the stone is a very special stone in the forest, which is called the witch's stone. It's like from Celtic, Druidic,
Yes, culture, Druidic culture.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Kind of like maybe like a talisman, a
It's like Stonehenge stones, but
yes,
one is
got you.
alone in the forest,
Got you. Got you. It's a sacred place.
probably in the past, yeah.
Hmm. This album, it's really engaging, and it sounds like there's a purpose behind this music, like it's trying to do something. I can't put
Yeah,
my finger on it, but it just really sounds and feels important.
yeah.
And
It was important work, of course.
mhm, mhm. For you
The
personally, what were you hoping would be the results of this recording? Did this come out the way you wanted it to?
At that moment, yes, of course, but with a little distance, it could have been mixed differently.
How so? I like the
Well,
sound of it, but interesting. What
yeah,
was?
yeah, it's okay, huh? It's okay. The mix is beautiful, but
Mhm.
I mean by that, because all this music we played it before live many times before recording,
Okay.
and live it was much more electric. The power was bigger. So here it's the same thing than on the first album, the very first one. It sounds more like classical music,
Hmm.
but we weren't sounding like that, in fact.
Hmm. Is this the first album?
Yeah, that's the first album.
That's the first album. Okay. Okay. Well, I understand
But
because it can be difficult to get to capture power in the
mhm,
studio. That can be
yeah,
difficult.
and especially we were not experienced. It was the very first recordings we ever did in our life. So
Wow. What? This was your first recording?
I wasn't there, but I used to play before and after. I
Okay.
had to work while they were recording. So there's another bass player who played the lines I played before.
Interesting.
But okay, but the whole proceeding, I was involved in it since the very beginning, before the first album, and then the Ceux du Dehors
Hmm.
was kind of um, um, new direction for us, because we knew we could go more electric, and so as the first sounds really like chamber music ensemble, you
Yes.
know.
Yes. Yes.
The second was kind of mysterious doom music. So
Hmm.
we wanted to show another view of the music we could do.
Hmm.
Yeah, all the pieces are very nice, and we worked very well the pieces before recording it.
Hmm.
You know.
Hmm. Do you receive recognition from like classical circles, international circles of serious musicians? Do they recognize this work? Do you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, no, not directly, but not long ago, I discovered that the drummer is who continued the band long after I quit. Only a few years ago, he had the chance to make his compositions by a Lithuanian orchestra, a real chamber orchestra, and it's very
Wow. So
yeah.
they did your compositions then.
His compositions
Okay,
mostly.
like a continuation of what you had started with this band.
Yeah,
So this is a reissue of
yeah. I don't
uh,
know why such a such a sleeve. It's very strange.
yeah, I don't particularly care for it, but what do you think about the mix on this?
I don't know. I never heard it
Oh, you haven't
actually.
heard this one because it is a slightly different mix. And this is through Sub Rosa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I I can imagine who mixed it. It's an engineer who is working with Daniel the drummer and
Mhm.
mixed differently. But I don't know. I've doubts. So also I heard the Heresy remix, and for example, my voice is being changed and things like that. It's very strange for me.
That is strange. Now, I wonder why they do stuff like that. I'm looking at these other records here. I wonder why they do stuff like that. Who
Well,
knows? Who
there's
knows?
been very strange things happening after with Daniel, the drummer, who continued to make the music, had many changes, and I don't know, maybe it was a way to confirm himself in to be different. But I think it's a mistake because the start of like the three first, even Crawling Wind, the fourth album, yeah, that one,
Hmm.
that was the band really,
Mm.
and everybody was involved in it.
Okay. Okay.
After it becomes one or two persons and musicians playing the music, you know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yes, I do. So, if I were to recommend to new listeners, is this what you would recommend in the Sludge de Horse for them to
Yeah,
listen to?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause these
Yeah,
are really,
yeah,
these
of course. Well, I like the heresy, but that's a special case, you know. You have to go in that kind of philosophy. It's not.
yes, yes. And this is
It's
the
not.
reissue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, with you, that's you.
yeah. That's me. Yeah,
I asked you about that before. That's a funny picture. That's a
yeah,
funny picture.
yeah. We had a lot of sense of humor. Very very strange
Yes,
for
indeed.
some
Yes,
people,
indeed.
but
Yes, indeed. So, so cool. What else you been up to?
well, after I joined many bands and I did some. African music with African band. I was
Right,
the only white.
yeah, there's an awful lot of music on your Bandcamp page.
I was the only white person in the band.
Mhm. How was that for you? Because I know what it's like to be the only black person. How was it for you?
Very nice because I had the chance to have played with Univers and had all the kind of rhythms in possible for me. So
Yes.
all the tricky things in the Congolese, because it was from Congo, the music,
Yeah.
uh, I could jump in it like no problem, you know.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And I learned things, for example, that was new for me. Like we start pieces like counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam,
Hmm.
bam.
Hmm. Hmm.
But they say 1, 2, 3, 4, and they don't do one day bam and one day 1, 2, 3, 4, you know,
Uh-huh.
upbeat.
Yes,
Why?
yes.
Nobody know, but
Right.
everybody do it.
Hmm.
It's the Africans.
But you caught it though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's pretty awesome. Now, are those recordings on your Bandcamp page?
Um, I must I have only one, and it's one concert and not very good, but
Okay.
I still have dozens and dozens of cassettes that I have to digitalize, and perhaps there's a few good ones because the band changed every time. Also, that was typically African.
Yeah.
Sometimes I came to the concert and I found myself with. It was always the same singer, the girl, the Princess Mansiambila. She's called Princess because her father was a drum master.
Okay.
And so she was the first child, and so
Yes.
she's called Princess because he
Princess.
was the king in the African really tribal
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, he was the head of the tribe.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was very funny because with all the black people, man, strong man, she was the only woman, and she decided everything, and nobody was telling anything, which is very strange for Congo, where it's always the man who says, and the woman have to shut up, you know. Well, she sometimes talk a lot, but with her it was completely the opposite.
That's
And
pretty cool.
and we had the chance to have older guys who came from the band from Franco, you know, the Congolese. It's like Youssou N'Dour, but for Congo.
Okay.
From the 60s or something, is
Mm-hmm.
the big name in Congo, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Franco. He died, but we had, for example, his first guitarist. Also, I learned that there is a kind of order in the band. You're the first guitarist, you're the seventh guitarist, and that could change tomorrow.
That's wild.
Because the leader said, no, yesterday you didn't play well, so you have no more this title. You're gonna be the third.
That's wild.
He
But
was
that's
the very first guitarist of Franco. So I mean, in graduation for the Congolese musicians, he was number one, and he's still alive. He's still here.
that's quite an honor that you got to play with those people. That's awesome.
I learned a lot also about the philosophy of African way to see things. You know.
I can only imagine. That's fantastic. Almost like playing with someone like Bela in a way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I met him. I hired my Ampic amplifier for a concert in Brussels for his band.
And
It
you got
was
to
very
meet him.
strange because I knew the sound engineer, Belgian sound engineer, and fella came with his guard.
Yeah.
And he said, I want to sound like that, and that. His guard had to put a big tape on the mixing decks.
Wow.
And don't change it. And he show his gun, you know.
Oh, jeez. Man, you have really.
I said, I can show you for the bass amplifier, the Ampeg, because the bassist didn't look like he know how it works.
Yes.
He said, no, I make the sound. Fela himself.
Wow.
He said, it was very strange.
That's wild, but that's way cool. I'm glad I asked that. So you've actually met and interacted with Bela. That's awesome.
I met also in very different thing. I met also Miles Davis.
Yes, now I have too, but I was a kid. But tell me about the Miles. Tell me about that.
I went to see a concert, and I was at the sound check. I was on backstage.
Yeah.
I looked from the backstage, and then when they finished the sound check, they came to talk and blah blah blah, and then he invites me and a friend to came to the hotel after the gig.
Wow.
But I didn't stay long because it was very weird.
Yes, I know, I can understand. But that's really pretty cool that you got invited.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's fantastic, my friend. You know,
It was
music
a very
does.
nice concert also. We played 3 hours, and I remember especially Pete Kosey on the guitar was wow.
Mhm.
I was on stage like looking just like,
Oh
you know.
man, that's awesome. That's fantastic. What a life! What a life, Guy. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
more. Tell me some more.
I did some Irish folk music. I did some punk music. I played with a band playing stuff from Iggy Pop and things like that. I played free jazz with a lot of free jazz musicians,
Hmm.
very known. Albert Mangelsdorff,
Yeah, of course, Albert Mangelsdorff. I love him. Yeah, trombonist.
the best trombonist in the
He
world.
is. Yes, I can.
I
I
had
can
the
see it right
chance
here.
to play just beside him and so interact the phrasing. And I saw years later, he made a record like that with Jaco Pastorius. But
Yeah.
I was in a big band. It was like how you call that, a workshop kind of,
Okay. Okay.
but with all big stars of the free jazz, like
Yeah.
on the saxophones, Peter Breutzmann, Willem Breuker, Evan Parker, Steve Lacy,
Oh my God. Yeah.
Michel Portal,
Yeah. The best of the best.
the best of the best. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That is just amazing, Guy. So you're in the pantheon. You're one of them. You're
Yeah,
one of them.
yeah, but I'm the young kid with this generation.
With
I
them.
was lucky to be there because I worked in the festival that Fred Van Over, the pianist,
Yes. Yes, I do.
he organized every year a festival. So, and we played with Univers in a free jazz festival.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can imagine, and it works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had people like Peter Breutzmann looking at my concert of Univers Zero. That's
That's that's
but
fantastic, actually.
but he made Fred Van Over made some kind of workshops, and so some people who played already in other bands could join all together, and I was lucky enough to be in that uh, big orchestra. It's like,
That's amazing. That's amazing. So this just occurred to me to ask you, Guy. Your bass playing is very unique, and it's a voice. When you
mhm.
play bass, you're speaking through your instrument, and I can like Yannick Top. It's a very distinct tone and sound. Have you considered making a solo recording, or do you have solo recordings where it's just the bass?
No, 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 I'm not doing that. No,
Okay, no interest in that, eh?
no, no, because I mean, therefore you have to be to you have to tell something so special, but and so directed to the instrument.
Mhm.
So I mean, when I listen to the people who inspired me on the bass,
Mhm.
what else can I say more than them? So I can understand, for example, if Yannick Top doing a solo, and even he didn't do it, he plays solo with a band around him.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's what you do. In
Yeah,
essence, it's what you do.
not so well done him, of course.
Well,
Yes,
I think you're in his company. I think I you have I don't play like you, but I have learned things from listening to you and trying to figure out what you've done on some of these Universe Zero records. You've helped my bass playing.
yeah. Well, I'm not so big technique as people like Yannick is amazing.
Mhm.
He can play with 4 fingers on the right hand,
Mhm.
polyrhythmic.
Wow.
It
Like
means
they're all wow.
left and right hand can play 2 different lines at the same time.
I know what you're
Or
saying. I
three.
can't do that. I can't do that.
Yes.
Can you do that?
No, it's out of reach, you know.
That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing. Now, Francis Mose, he's another bass player, right?
Before
Is
Yannick.
okay. How does he compare technique wise?
He's very good, but he played fretless also.
Okay, okay.
But Yannick is,
Yeah, yeah. He's the top.
well, yeah. I remember Magma played in London at some point, and at the same concert, there was Return to Forever playing. So
Okay.
Magma, Return to Forever.
Wow.
And then in the magazine Melody Maker, you know,
Hmm.
they asked Stanley Clarke why he didn't make a bass solo that evening.
Hmm.
And he answered, everything has been done before me. I mean, if that guy say that,
He recognizes. Yeah, he recognizes. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So on your schedule on the record, when do you record next?
but I wanted to add something about my way of seeing
Well,
the.
sure, please. Yeah.
I'm more into invisible way to construct, like using out of tunes things or notes who shouldn't be there or rhythms who shouldn't be there, but that works like it should be there.
Hmm.
That's my way to develop things, and also to play very slow things sometimes that looks like so easy, but it's not easy at all.
Yes, I understand. Playing slow is not necessarily easy, indeed. You know, I'm going to be paying even closer to attention to your playing next time I listen. This is revelatory. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, are you listening to music at all these days outside of working on music?
Yeah, of course, I listen to many things, but I'm very open to very different styles, um, but mainly in the way of thinking composition, I'm more into classical contemporary music. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the most, like Olivier Messiaen
Yes.
or Alban Berg are the
Penderecki?
Penderecki, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Very cool. Very cool.
But and many that are completely unknown also in the field, because
I would imagine, yeah.
uh, there is a lot of to still to discover, in that field. Is amazing.
Yes, I know very little.
Yeah,
Um, I like Boulez.
Pierre Boulez is a bit hard because it's more theoric than emotional, I think.
Okay, I really like
But
Boulez's.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, I like him now. Now, how about Leon Kirchner? Is that a name, Leon Kirchner? Kirchner? No,
No,
that's American. Okay, because I know a little bit, but not much. Okay, about
but
modern contemporary classical.
yeah.
I'm always
But
trying to find out more. That's for sure.
no, but I listen to my own records,
Yeah,
like
well,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to
That's
go
why.
through to remember.
Yeah, well, that's why we make them. And is it fun? Well, obviously, it's a journey to go back and hear what you've done.
Yeah, I listen to things that I've done. Some people don't, but I do listen to the things I've done,
Yeah.
and I'm always amazed that I done it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That is the one. That's a great feeling. That. What's your first recording? Do you have your first recording still? And what is it?
It was heresy.
Heresy is your first. That's amazing to me. That's
Yeah,
your first recording.
yeah,
Wow, what a way to start.
yeah, of course. I didn't know it when I did it.
Amazing. Has anyone endeavored to do a documentary about the band, about Univers Zero?
There's a guy in Brazil who is a documentary, no, but he is collecting things from the band. But it's very difficult because I still have connection with on about everybody except the drummer,
Okay.
which is
You're breaking up now. I don't know
a
why.
pity because yeah, I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you were, but you're okay now. For a minute, you were breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have contact with him anymore. But
Mhm.
it's a pity. But we worked very well together, and we were very good friends. And I
Yeah.
don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's happened to me too, and it is hard to understand, and but it goes
But
on.
you have to go on.
You do,
Exactly.
you do. It does seem though that it would be a worthwhile endeavor to document the history of Universe Zero. That seems like that's needing. And then, other than this, are there old interviews with you and the band back when you were active,
You mean
like on TV or anything like that?
no.
Okay,
There's no visual documents. Nothing.
of you with Universe Zero.
No, with Univers Zero from that period.
Wow.
Nothing.
Why do you think that happened?
Well, but because at the phones, nobody had cameras for that kind of music. I don't know.
You guys really were on the fringes.
Yeah, there was one recording, and it didn't went well. So it's really completely yeah. It's a pity because also
Yeah,
to see the band live playing is, I guess it must be very powerful because I saw the band without me playing,
yeah,
and it was a shock.
yeah. I would have loved to have
So
seen.
I could imagine if I played, it was even more shock than the band doing.
Yes, you play hard. You play hard. Patricia Dalio, was she with you guys?
It was Artzoid.
Artzoid. Okay. So did you work with them at all? I think I asked you this before.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. We did concerts with the two bands together.
That would have been
That was
amazing.
powerful.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. I can't even imagine. Yeah.
with two bass players, with Thierry on bass. Yeah,
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Great
Mm.
memories, huh?
Yeah. I did a lot of things, and later on also I made a recording also with Tim Hodgkinson
Hmm. From
on
Henry
a
Cow.
recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. It's my favorite composer, and with him, it was funny because I had to call Charles Hayward for some reason, and in my address book, I
Hmm.
mixed Hayward and Hodgkinson because it starts with the same letter.
Okay.
So I called Tim and I said, "Oh, how are you?" Oh, it's nice you are there because I have something to do with the bass, and would you do it? And I said, of course, yes. And
Wow.
so he sent me some scores.
Hmm.
Then, uh, not even a week later, he called me again. And he said, "Can you play it?" It was very hard to play,
I can
very hard.
imagine. That's wonderful though.
And I
It's like
said yes, even if it was so hard. But then he said, "Okay, can you come over next Sunday?" Or I
awesome.
don't know, the in 2 days or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, okay, I took the first train in the morning from Brussels,
Hmm.
took the boat to England,
Mm.
the train to London,
Hmm.
went into the studio, play bass with a click,
Wow.
complete changing click, like you can't imagine the tempos changing
No
always.
doubt. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And then when I finished, he opened the opera, all the other tracks,
Hmm.
and it was Enrico, in fact. It was an unreleased piece from Enrico. So I was there,
Whoa.
to the
Wow.
exception of Fred Fries was not on that piece, but with Dagmar, Chris Cutler, everybody.
Yeah. Amazing. Now, did he release that?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to look that up. That's wow. There's
And I told him to put on Bandcamp, and is on Bandcamp now.
okay. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. There's so much music. Man, Guy, you have done a lot of work. You've done a lot of work. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Also, I made a band, kind of jazzy thing,
Hmm.
very special band called the Morton Ford Gang.
Hmm.
That was with the drummer from Univers Zero, Daniel,
Hmm.
a cellist, and 4 saxophones,
Wow.
including Jeff Lee from Enrico,
Yes, yes.
living in Brussels also.
Wow. So that
Very,
makes me go ahead. Sorry.
very good band live, very, very funny, and very good.
Well,
And
that makes me think of urban sax or Gilbert Artman.
yeah, no, it was not like that. No,
Not
urban
like that. Okay.
is very simple music. It's more even
Hmm.
than pieces. But
Okay.
here it was compositions, and we played things like music from Dave Holland, Conference of the Birds. We
Hmm.
played
Oh, love
Ornette
that.
Coleman things, and we
Yeah.
mixed with pieces we composed, and it you can find all these things also on my Bandcamp, and because I have the recording from one concert we did,
Hmm.
and I went to the studio years ago to to transpose from audio to digital,
Hmm.
so I
Hmm.
can work on it. I only mixed one piece for the
Okay.
moment.
Okay. Sounds like you have a lot of stuff to transfer still.
Yeah, I've 900 cassettes,
Oh my God, please. Wow.
and to find out who played there, but
Mhm.
you
That's
know,
crazy. You know, I'd like to take an opportunity to tell people who are watching this to please go to Guy's Bandcamp page. There is a lot of music there, and I need I need to do more investigating. But people, check out what Guy's been doing. It sounds like it's a whole world of music on your page.
and there is also all the records of the label I did, on it
Yes,
also.
yes,
So,
Akamoon. I like that. I like those recordings. I got them through file sharing, which is not nice, but that's how I got to hear it because the records never came here.
yeah.
Some good stuff. Um,
I produced 12 albums from Akamoon.
mhm, mhm.
Big
Wow,
things. Yeah.
wow. So again, since you went that route, Guy, where you actually started a label producing, when you folded, were you in a lot of debt or were you able to kind of end it evenly?
That's a good question because I spent the last years of that label putting all my money to make it even, to
Yeah, yeah.
go out of the thing without debts, you know. So I was broke after.
It was a labor of love.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, not so many musicians were aware of what I did, and I never had some feedback about that,
Mhm. Yeah.
or from some. But that's part of the game, I guess so.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're doing okay these days, though. Obviously, you don't have to work a regular job, right?
No, I'm on pension since a while.
Yeah,
I'm still a young man, but okay.
yeah. Well, same here. I'm on what they call Social Security here, the money
Yeah.
that I earned when I worked. Yeah. And I do make a little bit off of my music, just a little bit.
But that's a deal. I have also the social thing to survive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm used to it. I never had money, so
Yeah. Same here. Same here.
for example, the first record of Univers Zero, I should have been the bass player, but I had to work absolutely.
that's,
I
that's
couldn't
so.
go to the studio the same time. If I did go to the studio, my boss in those days, he fired me immediately.
Wow, that's just
Oh,
so
it's
wild.
impossible.
That's crazy. That's
No, it's
real.
no more like that. But I
Hmm.
guess you know that also. I started working in the 60s.
Yeah.
These days, the first job I've been fired because I left 3 minutes before time.
Wow.
You know, we
That's
had a, I don't know how you call that in English, but you put a
punch
card
clock.
punch
Yeah.
clock.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. To be to be
I did
fired
many
for three
jobs like
minutes.
that, with the punch clock.
Hmm. That's
I
crazy.
remember one job I had with a room with hundreds punch clocks,
Hmm.
very big company,
Hmm. And maybe drive you crazy, or maybe inspire a composition of the sound
No,
of those
no,
machines.
not that. Another machine, but perhaps, but not that one.
You're not going to go there.
No, no, no,
Kind of like fingernails scraping on a chalkboard. You don't want to hear any more of that.
no, no. No, the boss inspired me for bad mood in music.
I get you. I get you. I get you. You know, I do appreciate that about you, Guy. When I see your posts, is that you do have a big sense of humor, and you seem to be a people person. You know, you like people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
beautiful.
still in contact with, as I told you, with all the musicians I met in the past on a boat.
Hmm.
Only a few have been an accident. But
Yeah.
for example, the next Eclectic Maybe band,
Hmm.
there will be four ex Univers Zero and two ex Artzoid on it.
Wow. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's
Mm.
wonderful. Now you mentioned Charles Hayward. I've talked to him. So you guys are friends too?
We played together.
Wow. Yeah.
We made two records to get together. I
Okay.
produced one on my label with him, where
Okay.
I play, and we made a band called Uneven 11. It's a
Okay.
power trio with Charles and Makoto Kawabata. You know,
Yes. From
and
Acid Mother's Temple.
they are touring in the States at the moment.
Yeah, with my friend Ron Anderson on bass.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They
I
came to.
did a tour with them also for the same reason. Their bass player had an injury, and
Mhm.
I made the European tour.
That's awesome.
I didn't know what, I just improvised the whole tour.
Wow. Wow. I can see how that would work though. I can see
And
how that
then
would work.
after, no, before, I don't remember. No, first I met Makoto
Hmm.
with the Tatsuya, the drummer, Yoshida.
Hmm. Hmm.
For the same reason, again, they needed a bass player. I made two concerts with them. And then Makoto invited me to a concert with David Allen and Manu Neumeier, from the drummer
Guru
from Guru
Guru.
Guru. And I made a record with Mani and the guitarist from Guru Guru. So
Yeah.
like the beginning, the starting Guru Guru,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow. That's some deep history. I'm glad you're sharing this because people who watch my channel know this stuff. And people, we got to pick up on some of these recordings. I had to go back and do my homework. I haven't heard some of this stuff. So I'm excited.
But sometimes when you show some records, I say, "Wow, I never heard about that." But I think it's a quite natural thing because you're in the States and many things over there never come here. And the
True, and
same
vice
thing
versa.
on. I imagine you don't know all the Belgian bands.
Not at all. No, I try. It's,
Of
I
course.
try. I try. With that in mind, Play It Again, Sam. Is that a Belgian label?
Yeah, it's a Belgian label, still existing.
Okay. And well, that's a different type of music. You've never really had any association with them?
No, no.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask about that.
They are
Yeah.
more into commercial things. No.
Hmm.
Nobody was interested in what we do. And the
Hmm.
funny thing, for example, now is that some records from Univers Zero, like you show it,
Hmm.
uh, came out on Sub Rosa.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
but they were the first label we tried to contact, and
Hmm.
they refused us.
That's crazy.
In the meantime, I became friend with them. I made the double album with Charles and Makoto on their
Hmm.
label
Hmm.
also.
Hmm.
And 11 is on Sub Rosa. Mm.
Awesome. I'm going to try to get some of those records. I know that it'll be a challenge for you, but I'd like to own some of that stuff. I'm going to look that stuff up. That's
Mm.
awesome.
Yeah, for the moment, it's very difficult to have records from abroad because the post is so expensive.
It's crazy. I just went through this sending a packet of my latest CD over to England to get to a distributor in Berlin so that people can buy it because it's
It's
ridiculous the
three,
postage.
4 times the price of the CD.
Yes, it is. It's just ridiculous.
But I, I have to do something about that because once you get some weight, so I mean, what you pay for one CD will be the same price than for 3 or 4 CDs. So
That's what I noticed.
maybe
Yeah.
we have to think about how to work that, you know.
Yes. I just discovered that I was expecting a big price for the package, and it was like you just said.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay.
But
Okay.
also, what I told to Dave Newhouse, um, because he sent me some of the records where we're playing,
Yeah.
and he put the mention for the customs. Never do that, because then when it arrives here, you have to pay again.
Again, it's crazy.
Just put my address, and I did the same to him,
Yeah.
so he understand how it works. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, so weird. So very weird. So weird.
because the reason is because when you put that thing for the customs, it's a machine who's detecting it. It says, oh, that's for the customs, so we have to put taxes.
Yeah.
If you don't put it, the machine don't see it, and
Yeah.
it goes to your house.
Yeah. I'll
That's it.
remember that. I'll remember that.
It's important for us.
It is. It is. Guy, I want to kind of wrap up. I feel like my body is telling me I need to.
Yeah, again. You
Well,
you said it last time with John Weathers. You said the same thing.
I just pay attention to my
But
body. I
it's
could take, because I could take a break, but I also feel like it's like, well, this has been great. Let's just meet again. Let's just meet
yeah,
again.
yeah. Maybe we can meet again and talk more about the label because there's many things on that.
Yes. And so what I'll do to prepare for that, Guy, is I will
Listen, the whole
listen.
label
Well,
twice,
I'll listen to more of that stuff. Yeah, so I can ask you about it.
both sides of the CD.
Turn
You
that
don't
brother
know
over.
there's a secret side on my CDs? You don't know that?
Special deal, special deal.
Yeah.
Guy, thank you so much for spending
Thank
some
you.
time with me.
Yeah.
I value this time, and I feel like
Sorry
I'm making
to wake you up on your nap.
it was worth it. I feel like, again, like with the guys in General Giant, you feel like a friend to me. It feels like
Yeah.
a friendship.
It was very nice to see him talking also, and sorry to hear his health problems.
Yes, I didn't
Which,
know. Yeah.
I mean, we are lucky for the moment.
Yes, yes, yes. Still mobile.
I spent yesterday a whole day cutting wood in the garden. It's okay. I
Yep.
still can do it.
Yes, yes. So many parallels. Yesterday I was in my backyard shoveling
Well,
crap.
and what goes in your head? I still can do it. It's nice.
Yes, yes.
Happy.
That's it, Guy. Yes.
Maybe
Very,
quite
very.
work to do, but I'm at the same time happy because I can do it.
Can do it is right. That's right. Really good to make your acquaintance, and I will be contacting you again real soon to talk
Yeah.
more. Okay.
Okay.
You take care.
In a few months when you've been listening
It'll, it'll,
100% of my discussion.
it'll take a while. You take
I
care,
hope
G.
I hope everybody will buy me in the next days the records from Eclectic Maybe Band, which are
Yes.
on Discus.
Yes.
For my birthday, I'll be 70 in 8 days or something like that.
Wow. Well, let me say happy birthday right now.
Yeah, well, wait.
70. Wow. I
I
mean,
might fall asleep in between.
well, I mean, isn't it amazing to be alive at this age? Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, and surprising sometimes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Really surprising.
yes. I'm sure you've been crazy
Because
like me as a young man, doing crazy things.
I met some. There's a girl who's going to sing on my next album,
Hmm.
and she's the same age.
Nice.
And we were talking about all the things we went through because
Hmm.
we knew each other since we were 15 years old or something like that.
Wow.
But
Awesome.
she's now a star. She's a star since years, but and I'm very happy. Normally, she will be on the next album.
That's awesome. Now she's a star over in Europe, right?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I will not.
Okay, okay. We will. That's very cool. We will find out when it is time.
There's two singers, important
All
singers.
right, all right. Go
Name.
ye. Yeah, yeah. I like this. I like this. Okay, so people, stay
Surprise.
tuned.
Bye bye.
Take care. Take care, man.